started.
Okay, hold on. I'm just refreshing the page. And it's starting. Here we go, people! So, I should probably go to my channel then. Oh. Okay, to my channel then. Here we go.
I'm going to your channel.
Yeah, someone keep an eye on the stream.
I will. Give me your channel name and I'll go to your and keep an eye on the stream.
No, Thunderflare, my channel's Lightspeed Reviews. You could just find me on there. Okay.
But yeah, could you make certain people a mod for their streams?
Yes, you can. Not for this.
Alright, I'm on your channel right about now, actually.
Alright, here we go then. 3, 2, 1. Hi there, I'm Lightspeed of Lightspeed Reviews, and welcome to the Marvel vs. DC Superhero Taisen stream. Now, I know I wasn't supposed to do another stream for another while, but I figured why the hell not? Since we were all talking about this in Skype, and several good friends of mine have been, well, we've been meaning to get to this for a while. So we're going to be talking not only about, this is Marvel vs. DC, and we're talking about this in a very cinematic manner. So we shall all start off with the Marvel side first, and then DC side. So, as you know, I'm Lightspeed, and I represent the spectacular Spider-Man himself. And on the Marvel side is my good friend, who is very much like an Alan Rickman. So if you introduce yourself, buddy.
Hello, I'm Prince Thunderflare, and Thor is there representing me, because obviously Thor's an adaptation of myself, not the other way around.
Oh boy.
And the one representing the Scarlet Witch, my own good friend and very awesome pal.
Hello, oh, I almost said it again. Well, hello, all you magical, wonderful people out there. This is Scott, a magical unicorn, aka Crystal.
And you're supposed to be. You say who you represent on the thing. You're. Look who's on the card. It's Scarlet Witch.
Oh, what?
My God, not this again! This is what happened last time.
Wait a minute. What do you want me to say?
You well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I represent Scarlet Witch. Sorry, it's just. Oh boy.
Communication is a two-way street, people.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got it on my mind.
Okay, so, and representing for the DC side is, so take it, any one of you, let's go.
Hi guys, I'm Amber Hart, and I represent Black Canary. I'm also the little sister of Lightspeed.
My fandom sister, thank you very much. And
yeah, I hear ya.
And Cole, bet you...
With talent, what kind of talent? Well, Marvel versus DC talents, and I represent Captain Marvel because Thunderflare will correct me if I don't.
Yeah,
and
last is the name of the wizard. Captain Marvel is the superhero. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm surrounded by idiots.
And the last guy on the DC team.
Hello guys, it's me, John the Wolf here, and I represent Tim Drake. Hallelujah for this, Robin.
You're Red Robin, actually, on the...
Yeah, I know, but I like to call him as Tim Drake to make it a bit easier for me.
Okay, if someone could get me the URL for this little discussion, please, so we can spread it out on Patreon, Twitter, and DeviantArt, and on Skype.
I'll spread the word on my hangout.
Okay. And Lightspeed, sorry about that. I had a lot on my mind.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right. What?
Right then.
Is that
So,
the right one?
that should be it. This should be it. Let me test. So, what we're going to be talking about today is... Yep, this is the right one. So...
Label weird on Skype.
Dear child.
So, what we're going to be talking about, yes, it's the cinematic universes. We're going to be talking about talking about what makes them so great, what areas that they failed on, whether it be costumes and or plot lines or character development, and what we expect in the future and how they could improve on this. How they could improve and where they could go from here. They've got nowhere. These universes have got nowhere to go but up, and they're pretty damn brilliant.
Agreed.
So, and I know technically they started this on I know technically DC started this on the side of things, but I figured why not? Since Marvel created this big boom, let's start off with Marvel. Now, as we know, the Marvel Universe has launched dozens of Marvel movies. It really wasn't until Blade, really, that got everything going on. And that's when they decided to jump in and capitalize on this business, create this industry, and they started off with Iron Man. Now that is something that we never thought we'd see. And later, it got the sequel, and we got Thor later on, so and so forth.
You were kind of cutting off there for a bit.
Hold on, I'm doing. I know, I'm sorry, but as I was saying, this universe has gone very cinematic, and to be quite honest, it's very wonderful. We couldn't have asked for a more of a crazy fun time to adapt to comic books. What could be better? So, we're going to start off what we liked, who's our favorite hero in these universes, and in this universe, or any other superhero that's our favorite, even though he may not be in it for this universe. And so, let's talk about what we liked about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Before we go to that, Lightspeed, there's something I want to add. Originally, they were going to make Iron Man a very campy movie.
What?
Like a lot of the superhero movies before, but Robert Downey Jr. wanted them to make it more serious, but not in the dark and gritty way. So the reason Iron Man exploded the way it did was because Robert Downey Jr. wanted it to be a more faithful adaptation of the comics.
Also, Marvel was financially gambling on Iron Man to actually work, because if it didn't work,
Marvel was always financially gambling.
yeah,
It always was, yeah.
That's their shtick. They're always just about to go bankrupt.
Oh God. Yeah.
What have I dragged myself into?
Alright, so...
Yeah, move on. So,
let's now. I gambled on Iron, but what I loved about it is it's retained so much of the characters and even adds something new to it. Like before the Iron Man movies, you never really saw Tony Stark with this amount of snark and sarcasm before. You never really saw him. You saw him be so stoic and be so
Bland?
well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about that. But we'll talk about what we didn't like later on, Amber.
Sorry.
And so, this universe, and I even love the fact that throughout it all, Captain America, they gave him post-traumatic stress disorder, and it comes out more and more. You see it, and that's good. And you even see it, like how they build up the relationships. That was so great. That was good, right? I mean, they led up to even the biggest fight of all. They led it up to Civil War and introduced something new to each character and really put these guys through the ringer and developed their characters enough. and as a result, that's why I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It mirrors a lot of the comic books from over the years, but adds a brand new twist. Not to mention some of the musical scores. They're just amazing. All right, so Thor, or Thunderflare, really. What did you think of this cinematic universe? What did you love about it? What really gets you on the edge of your seat when it comes to this?
I like how it was always very grandiose. It embraces just the ridiculousness of the comic books. The comic books have always tried to be very big. There's always something happening each panel. It's always very busy, and they had that feel without it feeling cluttered like it would feel if you tried to actually force a comic book panel onto film. It would look ridiculous that way. But they brought in just the right amount of that ridiculousness. Like, they didn't have the ridiculousness of, like, say, what Hawkeye's outfit actually looked like, which would look hideous on a real human being. But they kept the absurdity of the powers. Yeah, like Hawkeye said in Age of Ultron, look, the city's flying, we're fighting robots, and I have a bow and arrow. Nothing makes sense. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to just be this big explosion of action awesomeness. You're not supposed to make it all dark and gritty. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable.
Yeah, unlike a certain cinematic...
Amazing things. I want to see Thor defy physics and use centrifugal force of his hammer to fly. It makes absolutely no sense, but it's awesome. I want to see Captain America and Tony Stark debate. Well, what if you put the hammer on an elevator? Wait, and maybe when they're hanging with Spider-Man, I ask, well, what if Spider-Man weaves a web and you put the hammer on that? Does that count as Spider-Man carrying it? I mean,
that just shows how ridiculous and how fun it is. Whereas DC has got
talk about DC specifically later. That's part of the process. Right now, we're talking about how awesome the Marvel movies are, and that's
all right.
That's what I like best about them.
And you fell in love with the character Thor, didn't you?
Oh, of course. Thor is...
You did.
All
right.
Is Thor.
All right, Lyra, what did about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What did you...
Hold on for a second.
You know what's... She's just making herself comfortable, folks.
I can't believe you. You're criticizing about us over here when we're not even doing anything.
Okay. What? So what is it?
So, Lyra, what did you like about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Like, what are your real thoughts on it? Like, what? No, we could discuss what we didn't like later, but what did you love about it? What really put you on your edge?
I'm gonna have to say this right now. I haven't seen. None of the Avengers movies, but I did see some, like, the older Spider-Man movies. I did see, like, Iron Man, but I never saw none of the sequels because I never got a chance to. But I have to say, compared to Marvel, how fantastic it looks compared to DC. And the way
Shots fired again.
Sorry. And compared to them, I have to say I like the Marvel universe more than the DC so far because of all the action, all the excitement they brought to the table for that universe. Okay, I did see Civil War and I thought that was great, but I mean Marvel all the way. And I have to agree with what Dor said. I have to agree with him there.
Oh yeah. So, Black Canary, what did you think of? Yes, from this moment on, we're addressing each other by our superhero.
Real quick.
Superhero alter egos.
Wait a minute, real quick. Sorry if I sounded a bit weird. I'm just tired right now too.
It's okay. So, Black Canary, what did you think about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What did you really love about it, and what is it that makes it fun for you?
Well, when I was a child, I still am, I'm only young. When I was growing up, I loved it. From where my mom first introduced me to Spider-Man, to the heroicness of Captain America, to the gentle and sweet caring of any one of of Peter Parker's grandmother. I found them
And-
Miss,
It's her ad. It's his
Oh,
ad.
God.
if I'm going to get stingy about who Shazam is, I'm gonna get stingy.
Hey! We haven't raged war on you guys yet, so hush it, Thor. As I was saying before I got interrupted by Hammerhead over there,
Shot's shot.
shut up.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, watch out for the drinking game that comes in. Take a shot for every time I say, for goodness sake.
And
This
I'm
is the
taking
G-
a shot.
This is the G-rated version, everyone. This is the
Good,
G-rated
because
drinking game.
I don't drink alcohol. I can't anyways.
Whatever, you made me. I have a half a glass left.
Alright,
Okay, as I was
continue.
saying,
Alright?
I loved it. To where Captain felt sad and despaired over his best friend dying. Or that's what he thought in Winter Soldier.
Yes, by the way, any of you, yes, who are watching the stream, yes, for those of you who didn't see these movies, spoiler alert!
Oh boy.
It was sad and distraught how he fell off the helicopter into the snow bliss. But when he
He fell off the
strangely...
train. He fell off a train.
Not in the trailer.
Oh, boy.
Must have watched another one. After he
So
fell off the
bored
train, it
where
was
he fell
sad
off
and
the
distraught how he fell into the icy snow, never to be seen again. Cap, thinking that he's dead, always had remembered and haunting that memory inside of his head. He wanted his team to be making sure that they go home to their families happy and lucky they've saved the world. But
Yeah.
Tony, he went always having a party, but that's besides the point.
Just,
Hey, Tony is just one more bottle away from forgetting all of his troubles.
Hey,
all the
hey,
power,
hey,
none of the
watch it. I got a whole argument scene and I got my anger bottled up for that, man. As I was saying,
all the power, none of the responsibility.
as I was saying, I loved it. But after he knew that his best friend was gone forever, it felt hard and distraught. But when he came back in Winter Soldier, things lit up and questions started to fly. For me, why don't you come to the good side? Why don't you do so many things? Become good. Help your old buddy. But one of my things are, and one of my headcanons are, why doesn't he let the grudge go? My theory is that he's still haunting back to where he thought that Cap left him back there into the snow instead of jumping off the train to go rescue him.
Well,
My-
bear in mind, he was under mind control.
As
Yeah.
for the Age of Ultron, a robot of one of Tony Stark's, I'm just gonna leave the Age of Ultron alone and put that in my hate pile. As for the rest, I thought Spider-Man was to be the awesomest and the most coolest, which he represents.
Damn right I am.
What got me confused is, why did they do it all backwards? Why did Spider-Man 3 come out before Spider-Man 2? To me, I label Spider-Man 3 as Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 2 as Spider-Man 3.
Excuse me?
Hmm?
Yeah, you guys didn't notice that?
No, that
What do
didn't
you-
happen.
No.
Maybe you watched them out of order, but it didn't happen that way.
Heck, I remember that didn't happen that way either.
I'm talking about how the movies.
Are you talking about the old classic Tobey Maguire movies?
Yes?
I don't recall
Well,
them
not
being out of order.
those, the up-to-date ones.
The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes.
Those were never
No.
out of order.
No.
They went in proper order. They went.
so.
They went Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Then you were like, reboot!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
where it got me screwed up.
yeah, the reboot. Yeah.
Oh, it's too bad.
It was so confusing. It gave me questions into wondering why didn't Peter Parker propose to Jane while he still could. It leaves me wondering, why does Peter have a haunting theory? Can Peter ever know and recover about his uncle?
We'll talk about Spider-Man in a minute. We'll talk about that. Let's not. I don't want you droning on because we have two other you have your two team members.
Yeah.
Okay.
you
So
Yeah, you're just leaving us in
I'll
the
get
dust.
to Spider-Man. I got some
Gosh.
words about Spider-Man.
And I got a choice word about you, Thunder. Stop being a hothead. Well, not a hothead, more like a stormhead. On to you, Captain America. I mean,
Captain
Marvel. Captain Marvel.
Also,
I'm
hold
about
on
to hit a
second.
certain
You got a
thunder.
problem with me? You got a problem with me, Hammerhead?
Oh boy.
Excuse me. He's the one that's gotten me. I have a bow staff.
I'm
I will
asking.
use it
I'm
to poke out
asking.
his eye.
Hold on. I'm asking Thunderflare's got a problem with Spider-Man. You know what? Well, put on the hammer, put on the armor. Let's go a few rounds.
Oh, all these sea characters. I have popcorn and lawn chairs. Meet me at the
For the
room.
love of Gotham.
Oh
Or
god.
got me fight.
And yeah.
But I was making. By the way, for those of you out there, watch out for any Marvel or DC winks, because what I just did. Yeah, I'm making references here and there.
And I
Enjoy.
And I wanted
Right
to say,
now. Oh
Okay.
yes,
Okay, everybody.
yes,
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
I wanted to say I was disappointed in the old Spider-Man before the reboot. I mean, the old cinematic was that I never got to see Carnage in live action form.
Well, again, we'll talk about Spider-Man in a minute. So,
Yeah, well,
so, Captain Marvel, what did you think about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What was it that was so fun for you, and why do you still love it?
Okay, everyone. Let me tell you the history of a penciler in DC Comics known as Jim Ballant. Jim Ballant was a comic book penciler for DC Comics in the 90s. He is well known for giving us most of the 90s' structure of the art. We will, unlike a certain artist that I will get to on when that downfalls.
Okay, I just realized someone dropped. He said he was going to be right back, right when his turn was about to come up.
What? Oh,
Robin,
Turn.
Robin.
really?
Robin the Boy
What?
Wonder. Why?
Tim Drake. What the heck?
maybe instead of picking Tim Drake, he should have picked Jason Todd. Oh!
So true. So true.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, DC fans. DC fans, I am so sorry.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah, welcome back,
Robin, your turn.
There we go.
It's my turn
Now,
to take
your
that?
turn.
Oh.
So, the question is, here's the thing. We're going over the topic of what we loved about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What did you love about it, and why do you still love it today?
Why I love about the Marvel Universe? Well, of course, since it's basically my childhood we're kind of talking about. And also since I mostly watch Spider-Man. I don't know why. Why this has to be revolved around Spider-Man? All of us have to see like one Spider-Man movie, and then it's basically our childhood.
About
Seen all the Spider-Man shows.
Spider-Man list.
For the love of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, right then. So,
First in this Marvel Cinematic Universe that actually had Spider-Man in it. Spider-Man was a
again,
separate.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, because everyone seems to be going okay with Spider-Man, I'll just have to say,
Oh, then Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Unlimited.
Yeah.
Stop it.
what? I love the Spectacular Spider-Man thing.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
I like the modern day Spectacular Spider-Man. All right, so let's talk about what exactly were our little quirks about about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What exactly didn't seem to fit? What they worked on a little, and yeah. So for me, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it does have its faults. I may be a Marvel fan at heart, but I will admit both cinematic universes have their faults, but they have enough that does compensate for them. One of the things that they do try is they're going for a big aspect and broad scope that is great, but some of the areas they fail on is trying to make sure the universe is big and interactive. What they did with not only with Agents of Shield is, yes, it's set within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, the Netflix shows are in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but you don't see that much of a connection, and that's one of the biggest faults. Another really of the big faults is yes, of course, obvious from every moviegoer's, oh, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Sort of questions. One of the biggest faults are some of the big plot holes. And that was something I could never really understand myself. Why there are these generative plot holes, or why these deleted scenes that felt so important, why do they need to be cut? It would have explained scenes so much easier. Mm-hmm. And that's my general thoughts on why the cinematic universe still has room for improvement, and that's good. No cinematic universe is perfect. There's always room to work on. All right, Thor, you're up.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, don't play the pronoun game. All right. So here is where I talk about Spider-Man, but the problem is more having to do with the studios and them being just not properly organized for this, because as we joked about earlier, there have been several times where Marvel was just about to go bankrupt. It's pretty much their thing. Every 10 years, they're in the red. Something with the way they run things. So that means that they kept selling the rights to some of their comic books. It means that once they hit the cinematic universe, they had to do a lot of negotiating to get things done. Quicksilver and his incredibly stupid death in Age of Ultron, yeah, you can blame that on them selling the rights to X-Men to Fox. Because
that was one of the...
That was not a pretty time.
That was... no. That was...
I would like to add my...
And that's the reason the Spider-Man movies kept getting needlessly rebooted, because Sony wanted to keep the rights to that cash cow. And the guys running the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they wanted to be able to use Spider-Man because he was the most popular hero, but they couldn't because Sony was being uncooperative. It was just a huge convoluted mess. And I don't think I need to tell anyone how bad the Fantastic Four movies are.
Oh God!
Yeah, that's why X-Men and Fantastic Four are touchy subjects among us.
Oh boy!
And now Scarlet.
It wasn't too bad. It had some good flicks along with bad ones, but yeah, Fantastic Four never been in a good. And this is mostly due to the fact that Marvel kept selling the rights to their properties.
They sold the properties when Marvel Studios was actually going under. They had to sell it to try and save the studio.
Yeah, I know. I understand all. But the repercussions are still there. I mean, even now that they're owned by Disney, and they're never going to go bankrupt again if they're owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
God.
No.
Isn't Disney another touchy subject?
Because it's just such a convoluted mess. That means that things can't get organized. You wonder why you're posting the Avengers? Because they don't have the rights to most of the female superheroes superheroes in the Marvel universe. They can't use them, even though they own the comic books. It's just a mess.
Why can't they use us? It's
You're DC Black Canary.
I know, but works the same way over here. Don't ask.
Yeah, don't we represent Cartoon Network now?
Don't remind me, Robin.
All right.
Oh God.
All right.
We need a memo.
No. DC has that better handled. DC Comics still owns the rights to all their characters. They haven't sold the rights to anyone because they never got that desperate.
Well, that's true.
But yeah, that's a different topic. So there's my big problem with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because of all the problems Marvel had in the past, they're still haunting them today and making the Marvel Universe less than what it could be. It's holding
We'll
it.
see. We'll see in the future. We'll see in the future.
It's like if Thor had 2-ton weights tied to his hands. Sure, he could move around, but he'd be encumbered. It's just slowing the whole process down.
Remember when Rambo comics were owned by one of us?
Okay, hold up, everybody. Scarlet Witch, let's get your thoughts on it. What didn't you like about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, plot-wise, or how it is currently? Do you have any faults with that?
Well, unfortunately, Thunder Flare said everything for me, and I have to really agree.
Oh wow, that's a good agreement. All right, now on the DC side of things, Black Canary, what didn't you like about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What exactly did you feel that they could have improved on and or worked on that could have been good?
You should never gave me this privilege. Let's start on Tony Stark.
Don't get me
First of all,
don't get me started on that irresponsible.
Here we go.
You gotta be kidding me. First of all, he tells every supervillain where he lives. He's got a big target. He almost killed his girlfriend. Only thing that saved her was one of his suits that he put her in and shoved her in. But now, his girlfriend has fire powers. If it wasn't for that, she would be barbecued, fried, and filleted.
Hold on. Brian the Momo says Tony Stark is best superhero. Hold on, guys. Brian the Momo says Tony Stark is best superhero 2016. Bullshit!
That's a lie, and I can prove it.
Oh boy.
And I do agree with John the Wolf. I do agree with Robin. Tim Drake is best Robin.
Yeah. And
All right. So, anything else, Black Canary?
Oh, yeah. I'm not even finished.
Where were you?
Jesus!
Age of Ultron. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Worst part is that Tony Stark created Ultron. So he basically brought the mess upon the team.
One timeline. Another timeline, it was Hank Pym who created Ultron, and there's another one where Hank Pym is Ultron.
So,
yep.
I agree, but still, each timeline is up. Tony Stark, at the beginning, he acted cool, he acted mellow, he was a pretty laid out guy. Then when friends came along, he started acting like a total yay. I can't even imagine on what this is. Tony Stark is one of the most inconsiderate, despicable characters on Marvel's side I've ever seen. What's your opinion, Captain Marvel, before I lose my religion?
Oh, by the way, Dude Critic Y2K, if you're watching this stream, please don't kill my sister. Please don't.
Oh,
boy.
bring it! I have more arguments to do than anything.
I don't need drama right
I'm
now.
not even. I'm not even.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Scarlet.
I don't want
I
to get
know.
retro.
I know.
This is just the beginning of my rants about Marvel. This is not. This is the war.
This is enough. I think what you said is enough. All right. So, Captain Marvel, what exactly didn't you like about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What did you feel, whether they be costume-wise or plotline-wise, character development-wise, that they could have improved on and or worked on? And that's pretty much it. So, what is?
First of all, first to get out of the way, to explain the other half of me explaining comic wise, we must start in the year, the very not so distant past, 1987.
Ah, yes.
There was a comic book artist known as Rob Liefeld, and he couldn't draw muscles worth shit, but gave us
Is this relevant? All the characters are properly proportioned because they're played by human beings. The only one that's digitally made is the Hulk because he's supposed to look ridiculous.
Yeah, especially in Youngblood. Like even what was supposed to be in Youngblood, characters that were human in Youngblood didn't look human because it was just like ridiculous, unproportional. But
we're trying to talk about the cinematic universe.
Yeah,
I know
We're talking about the cinematic universe. We don't need to go through the whole entire
no reason
comic
to like Bob
history.
Yeah.
but out of the point that I kind of hinted on my good thing was, okay, what I did not like about the cinematic universe was obviously Nolan films. The Nolan
Great.
films.
You're in the wrong universe, buddy. You were talking about the Marvel Cinematic
Quote
Universe, not
the
DC stuff.
best Batman movies. You quarter out. Do you even comic book? You don't know if you're between Captain Marvel, Shazam.
Captain Marvel, for God's sake,
Oh
man.
God.
We're talking about what we thought that the Marvel Cinematic Universe could have improved on.
Oh,
Focus, man.
come on. Okay, so
Yes,
I didn't like
For
Spider-Man
God's
3.
sake.
I didn't like Spider-Man 3.
Agreed.
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 And plus, there was no
did Venom
carnage.
wrong. They did. God damn it, they did Venom wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some carnage.
Still, you're going to the corner. Sit in the corner. Think about what you've done.
Indeed, Sony. So yeah, I guess that's his thoughts on it, or I guess that he doesn't like how certain characters can be interpreted and how.
It's supposed to be this teeny weeny ass character, dude.
And
And
Venom's
Venom's supposed to be
6 foot and
extremely
terrifying.
muscular and huge.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
No offense, but Spider-Man's a beanpole.
Okay, enough. Okay, with the shots firing, Bullock Canary may remind you. For goodness sakes, okay, you're in nothing but a leotard and fishnets revealing your boobies. Come on, that's a.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, at least I can track them in. Unlike you, who spread spider webs all over this city. Clean up after yourself, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the wedding.
the spider-
Hey, the wedding
this is
dissolves in about an hour.
Say that again.
My webbing dissolves in about an hour. Relax.
And have you seen Black Cat?
Do not get me started. Please don't remind me about one of my
Isn't it
exes.
supposed to be my turn now, I guess, before we start going on.
Okay.
killing
So,
Oh,
Red
God.
Robin, what exactly didn't you like about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Plotline wise, costume wise, character wise.
Character development.
Okay, elaborate on that.
Alright, so you know how, alright, let me just say one movie, Spider-Man. You know Mary Jane, right?
Yeah.
Think about her character. Give a good thought.
can I remind you guys that my complaint was that the Spider-Man movies aren't part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, for God's sake, we're talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which contains Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, the Webhead, Guardians of the Galaxy. We're talking about those movies.
Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy. I would say Guardians of the Galaxy was very well made. May I say, I love the action and the music.
What? Oh my god.
And Brian the Momo, I do agree with you. They did Peter wrong, and they did it right before, but we'll get onto that in a minute.
No, computer.
So is that all? Is that all your thoughts? So is that your thoughts on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or is there anything else? I know you said characters, like like even with the character. I mean, such character development, such as an unnecessarily needed romance plot, like with the Hulk and Black Widow. For God's sake,
Chill.
That was a little unnecessary.
You mean my ship of
Oh my
Black with Widow and Cap is not canon? Oh.
Yeah.
It's officially now. They never got together. All right, so now
I have 2 words for you. Clone Saga.
I'm about to shriek about that.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Hold it until the end.
Shrieking.
Hold it until the end. Hold it until the end.
I can't hold it.
Do it.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, I don't want to be tone deaf no more. Alright.
Oh God,
It doesn't hurt me.
Take up your headphones. Take up your headphones. She's about to shriek. Oh God, here we go.
I could take it.
It's shrieking more like someone's dying to death.
That was unexpected.
For God's sake. Oh, for goodness
It
sake.
isn't that bad.
Take a sip.
Okay.
Take a sip.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
all,
Real
the-
good.
All right. The Widow Hulk ship is definitely a little unnecessary, but it was to compensate for the fact that Universal Studios owns the movie rights movie and character rights for the rest of the Incredible Hulk cast. For goodness sakes, even though they got General Ross back, which was the only other person they got back from the Hulk movie.
But what is just so painful is that it didn't utilize the actual problems that the Hulk has. Do you know that Bruce Banner will turn to the Hulk if he gets excited, not just if he gets mad? And
It takes like a burst of adrenaline.
other things you can do to get excited that would be commonplace in a romantic relationship, and that's why he was reluctant to enter into romantic relationships.
All right. Okay, so now DC's turn on
Yes?
this. What we thought of the DC Cinematic Universe, what we didn't like about it, what could have been improved on, and also just to wrap up for the Marvel side for each of us. Considering who I represent, Spectacular Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite. Thunderflare, who's your favorite? If it isn't already
You
obvious.
have to ask
Yeah.
Thor.
Thor.
What about you, Scarlet Witch? What about you? Who's your favorite?
Well, I love Door.
Ooh la la! I ship it. I ship it.
Please don't.
You ship everything,
Bang,
Parker.
bang into the
All right.
room.
All right,
Scarlet and
Black-
Thor.
All right, Black Canary. Who's your favorite in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Who's your favorite?
Do I have to? I'm gonna have to say this. I'm sorry, but Black Puma. Oh my gosh.
The Black Panther. Nice.
It's not a
Down
he's a
to his
panther.
costume design and everything, it has brought him out mysteriously, especially with war. This character takes the cake to me.
You're making Thor spaz out so much. Don't make him get the hammer.
Can't
Down
even-
to his beautiful, down to his beautiful mask, and I cannot believe who they got him to play.
I know. Let's let Captain Marvel say his favorite, for God's sakes.
I have a follow-up question. Are we enclosed to Marvel heroes?
Well, yeah, they could be considered, but if they have to be the heroes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for goodness sakes.
No, it doesn't have to be only heroes.
And villain. We're just saying our favorite heroes at the moment. We might do villains too. But.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah.
For the meantime, I've got to say, it's gotta be Uatu.
Nice, Uatu the Watcher. We never know if he is going to show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We don't know.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Yay, yes, Scarlet?
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot about the Watcher as well. Oh boy, I can't believe I forgot.
All right. All right, Red Robin.
The Merc with the mouth.
Ha! That's for
Bear traps and hand grenades.
fuck's sake. You know what? He isn't of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but because he's Deadpool, I'm willing to make an exception.
Yes!
Hey, since he's cool, it's Marvel
Break the
Cinematic
fourth wall!
Team Cinematic Universe because he's fucking Deadpool.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. So,
Breaking the fourth wall on this is fantastic.
Well, who?
all right. So now, we're gonna cover the DC Cinematic Universe now.
Quick question. How far are we gonna go back, though? Are we gonna go back to the beginning of the cinematic universe, which I think it's the '80s, isn't it? Or do you count '60s Batman? I don't know.
No. We're gonna count. We'll get there when they get there in a minute. Also, Captain Marvel, considering you are in the rainbow. You're in the gay camp, so to speak. Who in the Marvel Cinematic Universe do you have a crush on? Like, who is your husbando?
Okay. So.
Like, who do you think like out of like with Iron Man, Thor, Cap? Who do you think like is like your total crush? Like, who would you have as your husband?
Oh, I gotta put brakes on you there, Lightspeed, because you left Loki out. I mean, I'm
And
straight.
Loki out because yeah, Tom freaking Hiddleston.
Oh boy.
Lucky.
Oh,
Honest, Loki has it going on.
Loki's mine. Paws off.
And so does Star Lord. All right. Let's let him answer this question.
It's gotta be Star-Lord.
Nice.
Ba-ba-dum.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so now for the DC Cinematic Universe, this was a universe that was really, really fun. Not to mention, kind of crazy. Yeah, give it in the style. I guess you could say the Nolan film started off. That's the style that we're going for.
Yeah.
They were going for a very realistic style, and it didn't help that this guy grew up. That the guy who helped start this cinematic universe grew up with freaking Watchmen. And yeah,
Thank you,
frankly,
Liefeld.
Ay. But I will say there are some fun moments with this universe, and to be quite honest, I love the fact that they do start off with something that shows how much weight that Superman carries, and that he's not alone in this world. But since this thing is technically starting out, we really don't know the full potential of this thing. We don't know just how fun it could be, and just how flawed it is just yet. So Thor, what did you think about the DC universe? What did you love about it so far? What did you love about this cinematic universe? What really is getting you so intrigued to watch it?
Like you said, without very many movies to see, and the ones that are really part of the cinematic universe are not all that good. It's a little hard to gauge. But what I am very fond of is that they're looking at the serious aspects. It's like with Superman, with Superman Returns, that one of the things that was good about it was that it was a idea of whether or not these things were. I mean, not Man of Steel. Sorry, just
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
It was, sometimes these movies bleed together. I was giving other people a hard time. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, like with Man of Steel, it was looking into the fact as to whether or not Superman should use his powers, and that was really good. I did like the idea that they were exploring the more serious aspect of whether or not he could be trusted with some power. And I
Hold on. Alex Voicer says Captain America and Thor is my favorite. They're both super hot. I don't blame you, sister. I don't blame you. So, you go on.
I ship them.
Go on, Thor.
Please don't.
I
Anyways,
did.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh my god.
No fan art, please. No fan art.
Technically, consider who you are, and yes, I'm using your reviewer name for just a minute. Thunderflare, think about this. Since Captain America in the reviewer universe is Josh Scorcher, technically that means she ships you with Commander Firebrand.
so anyway, the DC Cinematic Universe is trying to look at the seriousness of people who have these powers, of people who have all this freedom, and something that's very different than the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that
Get on there.
the ordinary people, like the senators, like the police, they're actually involved. So it's more of a collaborative effort. You see the effects of their actions. You see the negative consequences of their actions. So it's kind of like is Pepsi and one is Coke. They're both good, but in different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
The cinematic universe is looking at it from a different angle, which is really good because that makes them better competition because they're doing something their competition is not doing.
Whereas Marvel does take the fun in fantasy that it all started, and that honors a lot of Stan Lee's work. Whereas the DC tends to honor Jerry and Joe Siegel and a lot of the writers that have written all these characters for 75 years. So, Scarlet Witch, what did you like about the DC Cinematic Universe? What is it really fun for you, and what really intrigues you to watch this one?
Again, how far back?
We're talking about current, Man of Steel,
Okay,
CBS and such.
yeah.
But we do compare it to to the old movies like the Christopher Reeve, Michael Keaton stuff.
Well, I haven't seen that much of... As I was saying, I haven't seen that much of the newer cinematic universe. I did see Dawn of Justice. I think I seen the Dark Knight films. And I must say... I feel that I like the older cinematic universe better than the new ones. I'm sorry.
Well, those movies were a bit. We'll talk about what we did later on, but I will say this: yes, the older DC movies were fun and campy, and they were good. Whereas DC, I just don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
But I do agree with Thunderflare about everything he said about his opinions. But again, I like the older ones better than the new ones.
All right. And a lot of people have said, yes, Suicide Squad looks good. I'll have to take a look at that at some point. Thank you, Valis.
Yes.
Now, let's get to the DC side of the stream. Black Canary, what did you like about the DC Cinematic Universe? What's really intrigued to keep you watch this fledgling universe?
Oh, starting off with who I'm hosting as right now is Black Canary, and all the way down to Robin, back in Batman, which is based off true people. Starting off with a little bit of information from Black Canary's backstory, she didn't do her first Canary Shriek until the 5th grade of her.
They call it the Canary Cry.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. But I'm trying to make
Okay.
this short.
We got another corner. I can send you to it.
Shut up
Right.
right now before I hit you with my bow staff. That's another
Wow.
thing about Black Canary. She knows martial arts and many dangerous feats. She
Do you
beat
know
up
how many
Green
forms of
Arrow.
combat?
She
You
beat
know-
up Green Arrow for Pete's sake. Green
Why are you
You
being
have any
mean to
idea how many forms of
Goldilocks?
combat Thor knows?
Let's.
What? Stop being mean to Goldilocks. That's rude.
Anyone can beat up Green Arrow. He
Oh
is.
God.
Josh Thor.
All right,
just-
Black Canary. Let's hear your thoughts on the DC Cinematic Universe. Come on.
As I was saying, starting with Black Canary all the way down to Superman and Batman. The fight between them, the tension, the adrenaline, it leaves you questioning and wondering, why does these happen? Why does the fight happen? To me, I love them. I have a little bit of dislike and dislike, but more like to the series. I guess I was
We're not talking about the TV universe. We're talking about the movies.
movies.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Pay
But yet
attention.
you mentioned Black Canary, and then we don't know if they're in the cinematic universe yet or not. But we'll see. But it's okay, honey. But yes, that's your thoughts. This is a series that's bright and it has characters that are yet to introduce, but it has so much untapped potential.
Thor, can you get Spider-Man, please?
Yeah. Good luck. Go on, Canary.
As I was
Are you
saying,
That's
it
my
leaves
real.
you wondering. Back down from the most oldest of the old movies that I have, Joker was a gang mobster. Batman had known Joker even when he was a little boy, if he doesn't even remember it, down to where his parents were struck down and robbed,
That depends on
and
the
him
continuity,
left there
I
with
think.
no family but only his trusting butler.
Thor.
That-
Thor.
That-
Put
hold
the
on,
finger
Thor.
down.
That's
Thor.
not
That's
the
it.
actual continuity.
Thor.
That
Yeah.
Thor,
doesn't
just-
depend on the continuity,
just hold
honey.
it.
You're getting your continuity mixed up. But
Yeah.
yes, the series does have this sense.
Or-
The cinematic
So-
universe is going to give us the sense of like eternal foes at struggle. Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
it has its ups and downs, but each movie's made with time, effort, and peace. And they know, I'm looking at you guys, know when good actors will play the movies. Cough, cough, Marvel, cough.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Are you talking
Canary.
the movie that had Ben Affleck playing Batman?
Okay, we'll talk about what we didn't like about that in a minute. Hold up, let's.
I will send you to the Nether region, Thor. I am not afraid to get your brother out here.
Oh God.
Okay, let's
Did
not.
I-
Okay,
is
hold
that-
on.
It's already.
Are we quite done? Are we quite done? Yes.
No,
it's
I am still arguing with this buckethead.
Okay,
Can-
okay, Canary. Let's let Captain Marvel
Yeah.
say his piece about the DC Cinematic Universe. For goodness sakes. All right.
Long time ago, there were the Christopher Nolan films.
You
Oh,
speak
God.
of this like it's nothing.
Well, technically, in the style, that's how these films are technically the prequel.
I can't fault that logic. He was inspiration. The only reason they didn't use the Nolan universe, as it's now called, is because Christopher Nolan didn't like doing.
All
like,
right, let's get
Batman
Captain
before-
Marvel to say something.
Okay, as I was saying, long time ago, there were the Christopher Nolan films.
One on the mic. One on the mic.
Okay, long time ago, Christopher Nolan made the Batman and the Dark Knight series, and it had mixed info. Some people hated it, some people liked it. Those who hated it were elitist pricks that only liked the Keaton films because they were not open enough to understand that this is the modern day, at least see it as modern day classics. Give it opportunity. But no! But there are people out there. But for those who liked it, it was meh. They didn't overly like it. They just found it meh. And then alongside, I think it was Dark Knight, not Dark Knight Rises, because it was Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. I think
It was Batman Begins, then the Dark Knight, then the Dark Knight Rises.
Alongside Dark Knight Rises came out. Go around Dark Knight Rises.
Lightspeed, your typing is cutting his, what he's saying off.
Sorry.
Here.
Go on. Sorry.
But Mass Steel came out around the time, not so long after The Dark Knight Rises, and Mass Steel was yet again it was split. Some people hated it extremely, and some people just found it meh. And then along came a deadbeat for a while until we got Dawn of Justice. And then everyone, the critics hated Dawn of Justice. Certain people liked Dawn of Justice. But mostly the critics hated Dawn of Justice. And then we wait for a thing. But we must start. How I liked the cinematic universe was on both franchises. Well, 3 franchises. I liked. I kind of really didn't care for the Nolan films. Man of Steel. It was a good setup of that universe. Universe's setup with those actors. Dawn of Justice. Wonderful. And that is my opinion on the cinematic universe of DC at the moment.
Well
that-
said.
Well said, indeed. All right, Red Robin, you're up. I think Captain Marvel is a hard act to follow here. So, what did you like about the DC cinematic universe? What is it that made it fun for you, and what is making you keep an eye on this cinematic universe?
Well, what does keep me an eye on is like the consequences. You know, like how every movie always has like a consequence. Like for example, I think it was a Superman movie. I am way behind on DC movies.
There's only 4 movies out.
You'd be on
God,
top if Tim Drake were in them.
Alright, Tim.
No, how I
Proceed.
was really interrupted by Spider-Man. Let me go on.
Would you like me to hit him with my bow staff? I'd be gladly to.
You can
All
hit
right,
every.
let him talk.
I was talking about you.
Ooh.
Let Robin talk.
Like how for example, like how problems are being made and how a superhero has to sacrifice some things. Like I forgot what Superman movie it was. I said don't. I'll say this. Remember, I forgot General Zod, and Superman kind of killed him, and yeah.
That would be of Steel.
Yeah, he only killed the kind of like the last living Kryptonian, and which come with a cost to save humanity, which he kind of destroyed half of buildings for, it was sacrificial. That's what I liked about it. Just the sacrifices.
Hold on.
That
Yeah?
how this isn't just.
I'm almost done. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Sorry about that. Someone wanted me. Also, 2 comments. The animated DC is really good, though. My favorite is Justice League Gods and Monsters. Valis, I do have to agree on that.
Oh, I do agree with that too.
Another one, Brian the Momo is still going to keep track because he likes the direction towards Justice League. I do have to agree. That's where the DC Cinematic Universe is going to shine. So now since DC has taken a shot at us, it's our turn. So, what we didn't like about the DC Cinematic Universe, what problems they could address, and how they could work on it, and what other costumes that could really need a bit of a touch-up.
Oh god, here comes me. I know.
Here we go. Let's list the problems. One of the things is that they show Superman really showing his problems too much out in the open. He's not supposed to be that opaque. He's supposed to, like, keep his problems bottled in. He's supposed to rarely show these things. If he does show it, it's only around to the people he's closest to, not to everyone, not to total strangers.
Lightspeed,
Lightspeed.
you're breaking up.
Hello?
Not that well. I mentioned, I
Hey,
think
Spidey!
and in costume-wise, I think they really need to work on the costume.
Yeah!
Spider!
Hey, you're like a demon, you're
Flash
glitching!
costumes- Yeah?
You're glitching.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're kind of glitching out.
Okay, deliver a line
Hello?
of hits. There.
Hello,
Okay, I was
from
saying-
the others.
Okay, I was saying that the cinematic universe, yeah, it does have its faults, but Superman isn't supposed to be opaque. He doesn't need to be so transparent, even to, like, to little strangers. Even if he does, he shows his problems only to the people closest to him. But the pre-scene, I will admit, is a little fine, but it just shows the Jesus motif a little too much. And then, not to mention, yes, some of the costumes in the cinematic universe need a little bit of work. And yeah, I do admit with Watchmen, it's a little too much. It's so serious, it's so very Watchmen, and the destruction is so over the top that I can't really. Good God. Dang, do they have to? I mean, I know Marvel goes over the top, but they keep that at a level 7. They go to level 10, and it's ridiculous. And you don't even see and even with both Marvel and DC, you really don't see the death toll until later on. And as for hold on, we got a which comment did I just see? Oh. Yeah, Alex Voicer, that you're probably going to get a lot of flack for this one, but she says the new Batman sucks, the actor sounds like he's forcing it, and the voice changer makes him sound even worse. The outfit looks off and bulky, the ears are too small, the colors are right, but the armor is way too big and bulky. I will give the actor credit for doing the fight scenes well. So the new Batman is a disappointment to me. So sorry, Ben Affleck sucks as Batman.
Alex,
I
Alex, you are
say!
one.
Getting out of here.
Alex,
Excuse
100%
me?
Before fight starts.
correct. There is nothing wrong
Yes,
with that.
sir. Can go. Yay! Yourself.
Alex
Sorry.
Voicer is our fandom sister.
Sorry,
Any-
he sucks as Batman. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that my sister Alex Voicer is joining in on this stream for a little bit. She's just in a different thing. Anyway,
Alex, this is not cool.
Basically, the one that gave out like.
Batman's my
Alright,
favorite
comments.
superhero, and they kind of disappointed me on how they did him.
Okay. All right.
Do you even
Now,
know how Batman got started?
okay. Let's let Thunderflare let's get Thor get his thoughts in on what he didn't like about the DC Cinematic Universe, shall we?
Okay, just so much. There's just so much just horribly wrong with this stuff. Like,
Oh boy, here we go.
Take
There's
cover!
there's just so
Doors,
many
lightning!
lines, and they're delivered in this grim monotone, as if they think what they're saying is so serious, when it just doesn't make any sense.
Fuck
Whoa.
you!
There are all sorts of plot elements that just get dropped in there, dropped down from the sky, and then disappear. And Alec, 100% hit the nail on the head. Ben Affleck sucks as Batman.
Thank
Fuck you.
you!
Mhm.
They could have gotten
Not
Kevin
your-
Conroy to dub his voiceover.
And
Oh, true though.
he even needs a voice modulator to sound like Batman, who is so inept that they can't do a Batman voice.
At least the
I
other
saw-
actors did better.
Hey.
Wait, that
Good. And they tried to cram too much stuff into their movies. I mean, with Man of Steel, there was a certain level of restraint. They kept it focused, but with Batman v Superman, it was jam-packed, like a hero sandwich that had too much stuff in it, and once you bite into it, all the stuff just spills out.
yeah.
Everything was excessive, even in the Ultimate Edition.
And and why would you put Doomsday? What the? Why? What?
Oh, boy, I
that story.
Thunderflare, one of my friends,
Thor-
Thor, one of my friends on Hangout said, chill out, you're hurting her ears. You're
Yeah,
bringing the thunder way too hard, man.
He isn't hurting my ears.
Good
You're
lord,
bringing
cool
the
your,
thunder way too hard.
cool your nipples, man.
I guess I'm used to loud frequencies.
Alright, now, so...
Through the nose and out through the mouth.
Alright, so...
Proceed.
So,
It's good to be helping.
alright, Scarlet
Yes.
Witch, what didn't you like about the DC Cinematic Universe? What were the problems
wish
you
the-
had with it?
I wish to say first about when we were talking about the last, well, what we liked about it. I kind of sound like a nostalgic faggot. I do apologize for that.
It's
but-
okay, it's fine.
But yeah, I was kind of worried. But I do respect the new and old. It's just my opinion on certain things within the new and old. But anyways, get into what I don't like about the DC universe. Well, yeah, he said it all for me. But I like to say this. Did they really have to do a adaptation of the Death and Return of Superman in Dawn of Justice continuing into the Justice League movie? I mean, what the hell? Did they really need to do that? Couldn't that just be one freaking movie? Couldn't
Honey! Read.
And bringing Tuesday in the last 5 minutes. Who does he think he is? Venom?
Oh,
Oh, don't remind me. This feels. Zack Snyder. Okay. I'm going officially on record right now. Zack Snyder is the Sam Raimi of the DC Cinematic Universe. I said it. Come at me, bro.
But yeah, that's all I got to say. Unfortunately.
All right, Captain Marvel. What didn't you like about the DC Cinematic Universe? What improvements do you think they could have worked on?
Not put the Death of Superman arc in Dawn of Justice.
Oh, it's good to hear everyone say that. Oh, it feels so relieving. Oh, yes, wash your hatred over me. Oh, it nourishes.
Look at Thunderfair.
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry, that sounded a bit gay.
Are you sure you're not gay?
They're sexual, so it's kind of weird. No offense to anyone who's gay. It's just when a heterosexual says something that sounds gay, it's awkward.
speaking of that, I bet Captain Marvel over here just happens to love Henry Cavill in the suit. Perhaps he does. So, Red Robin. Bob? What didn't you like about the
Very-
DC? What didn't you like about the DC cinematic universe, and what did you feel could have been worked on and/or moved on?
No purpose on two superheroes fighting.
True.
You can work on that. All right.
That's what basically it. This speaks for itself.
And of course, no ending
Yeah,
the conflict with Martha. Your mother's name was Martha too. So's mine. Oh,
Oh
look,
God, that scene. That scene.
Anyway, now with all of this that has gone on since. Oh, hold on. Brian the Momo says, I didn't like how they took certain concepts and forced the superheroes to be a part of it, rather than allow the character to blossom, show their values. They really forced the characters into their own ideas and plot lines. It seemed like everything was so out of character or straight up counterintuitive. Don't kill Superman. I like Ben Affleck. That is true. That's true, man. That's true. So,
You basically like
I do-
nothing through.
Okay, I should make a clarification. I think Ben Affleck was doing the best he could with the material he was given. It was just a case of bad casting. Yeah, he was trying. And he was surprisingly not the worst thing in that movie. But I still think that was a terrible choice to cast him as Batman.
indeed.
And it's not slamming the actor. It's just he's not an actor that can pull off Batman.
Agreed.
Agreed.
He's
Agreed,
just not.
Now, what to expect out of this? This is the thing we're going to talk about the most. And this is, well, obviously, yes, Spider-Man has so much potential. That's the part of it. He's fun. He's wisecracky. I got to admit, Toby did fine as Peter Parker. Andrew did fine as Spider-Man. But I think this kid got so much of the potential. This is where really the Marvel Cinematic Universe shall shine. They have invested so much time in getting this character and combined the best out of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and meshed them together to create one truly spectacular hero. Unintended, yes, but he's fun. He's wisecracky. He's just a kid. He's relatable. He could be so awkward, and he web spins just fine. So, this is the question for all of you. What do you think that makes what are your expectations for the cinematic universe? What do you think for Marvel and DC cinematic universes? Where do you think they will go next? What's their biggest potential that they have? And I've already listed one for Marvel, Spider-Man, of course. So Thor, if you could take it from here.
Well, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is reaching ahead because obviously they've been spending all their time building up Thanos. And so he's obviously going to come to the conflict in the third Avengers movie. So, really, if they want to continue to keep this train rolling, they're going to try to set up other supervillains. And thing is, once you do Thanos, the guy who wants to date death, yes, that's literally his thing. Where do you go from there? I guess they might be able to get Galactus, who's pretty crazy.
Okay.
But I am interested in seeing what they have to do, but they're kind of pushing themselves into a corner at this point. And I really don't want them to reboot again.
Oh, please. No.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Last thing we need is
I
that.
do feel more of the potential can be seen in the X-Men universe, which is technically separate, but they're doing a lot more interesting things with that.
Mm-hmm.
With their ridiculous usage of time travel and everything.
Indeed.
So
And there's also the possibility that Marvel and Fox could be creating a deal to get X-Men into the cinematic universe. There's a possibility of this.
they definitely want to do that. That's what they did with Sony.
Yes, they did.
And just
Oh.
be releasing Spider-Man movies, but they've made a deal with Marvel, like, okay, we'll make sure it kind of lines up pretty well with your cinematic universe, but they know we don't care about minor continuity errors. So
All right.
that way they could use it. But a lot more of the potentials in DC cinematic universe, since it's just getting started, and from what I've heard, they're building up to Darkseid, which, once again, good goal, but yeah, I'm concerned about what they're going to do from there. Then again, with the way the DC cinematic universe started, maybe a reboot shortly after they do that would be good. After all, the actors, particularly Ben Affleck, are not at the age where they can constantly be doing action movies. But we'll see. I'm not really one to buy into the hype anymore. You can thank George Lucas for killing my hype forever.
Indeed.
Like,
All right.
What I've seen, they'll be doing some good stuff.
All right. So, Scarlet Witch, what do you think the potential for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Cinematic Universe is? What do you think's the potential there? What are your expectations for it?
Personally, the only thoughts I have for now is for the DC universe, where I feel that the newer movies are too dark. I think they should, like, lighten up the tone, add humor into it, mixed with a more lighter tone. I mean, they could be dark, but seriously, they are literally dark. I mean, example, Batman: Dawn of Justice. That was seriously dark. I mean, and plus Suicide Squad, that was gonna be really dark too. And I don't know how good that would do from the first reaction they got. From what I heard, they got a negative reaction because they felt that that movie was gonna be too dark as well, I think. Or that could be a reply for what happened in Dawn of Justice. I don't know. I forgot what happened there, but for me, they could use a lighter tone. But they can keep it dark as well, but just not too dark.
Yeah.
And also, I do agree with Thunder Flare. They really should add Galactus in a Marvel movie. If they did they do that or?
No, they haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
They tried to do
there
so
was
in the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four movie that involved Galactus.
But there was one with Silver Surfer.
And once I finish and realize that everyone will forget that ever happened.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Black
but see-
Canary. What are your expectations for it? This is our final thoughts on it. What are your expectations for the Marvel? Black Canary, what are your final thoughts on the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Cinematic Universe?
Oh, I can
And what are your
say, compared to all of our movies, Tony Stark needs to stop being an asshole and start caring. A lot of them, down to the costume designs, especially for me. Cover me up, please. Please.
Black Canary, we're talking about the DC Cinematic Universe, not the TV universes again.
No, in the movies they actually did do that. Don't ask.
The Black Canary isn't even in the movies right now.
I forgot.
But yes, they do. That some of the costumes are a little quirky, but there is so much
Especially for cough, cough, Scarlet Witch cough.
Oh, shots fired!
Yeah.
And you, sir, stop having your eyeball so glary. You're gonna blind somebody one day.
Hey, they are expressive eye lenses. Thank you very much. And
Eye
now,
lenses that almost got you killed. Anyway, I think that the costumes can use a whole lot of rechanging.
Oh yeah.
Starting off with the materials they use. Does anyone think that the stuff they use, especially for what's coming out for Suicide Squad?
Oh
dude,
yeah.
Harley
That
Quinn,
was
cover up.
amazing.
Honey, cover up.
Yeah, that was
Alright,
another
yes.
thing there, yeah.
They really do. All right. Now, Captain Marvel.
Yes.
What are your
Mhm.
expectations for the Marvel and DC cinematic universes? What do you think's like their potential?
Don't fuck up Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Please don't. I agree.
Agree.
I would love to see that movie and like it, not hate it, and be so negative about it. So yeah.
Brian the Momo says, with Infinity Wars, I want it to be as big as possible, because when you get them one of the most powerful beings you can comprehend and can't even beat, that's sick. I bet each individual movie would be great. Now, Red Robin, what are your expectations for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Extended Universe? What do you think on that?
Alright. What they need more work on is I want them to know the character as way as possible. So I want them to study the characters in new levels that even the writers, comic book writers, cannot even study before.
Indeed.
I want badly
Yeah.
and deeply to happen. I've been
Nice.
praying.
All right, now, so that was our wrap up, and we all could agree that this was fun. This was great.
Yeah.
But I promised there was a section, so let's talk about what we liked about the character Spider-Man and what we didn't like about the character. What we liked, and this is our wrap up. What we loved about this character, and the only reason why I chose Spider-Man, because he's got so much potential, and we've only seen a little bit of him. That's what we'll talk about, and then we'll wrap up.
Spidey,
And
get a move on with it already.
Before she uses bug spray on you.
Okay.
I am going to
what I
spray
like-
you down.
what I
if you do
What I like
not
about
get it
Spider-Man is the fact that he's so fun, so wisecracky. Like I said before, he's a combination of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. He's
right.
perfect. But I do have some rather flaws that I'll say later. All right, Thor, what do you think of the new kid, the new Spider-Man?
Well, that requires you to assume I watched the movie he was in. You ever stop to consider that possibility that I had?
Oh, for goodness sakes, he didn't watch Civil War yet. Crap!
Buckethead, go and watch your handsome self and get it over with.
Okay, I guess we can skip Thor then. And so Black Canary. No, wait, so Scarlet Witch. Sorry, get it mixed up.
And
All right,
Knuckleheads.
I got no opinions about the new Spider-Man. Sorry.
Okay. And
Because I
hold
haven't
on a
seen
minute,
that.
we're on a stream, buddy.
It's just I haven't seen that much of him that got much of an opinion because I never seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Just the older ones. So yeah. But I've been meaning to see them.
I believe now.
Some of them are fun. Alright, then, so Black Canary, what do you think about Spider-Man? What do you think's fun?
I find him uplifting, hyperistic, and cool. But there is a downfall in the kid.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Alright, now,
Do you see this Spider-Man?
yeah, I
Take
said
a good long look.
Captain Marvel.
Please, no Scarlet Spider, please.
Oh, why not?
That's just his expectations on it. But I'm asking, what do you think on the character? What did you think on the new kid, the new Spidey?
Seems promising.
Yes, he is. Now, Robin, what do you think?
Sorry.
All right, Robin, what do you think of the new kid, the new Spider-Man?
I see him in any next movie, like any next. They just give him hate for some reason. That's number one. I didn't saw the movie, by the way, so I'm gonna stick by the trailer. I just don't like the hate that he, but I do like his ego, kind of.
His wisecracky attitude. Oh yeah. All right, and what we didn't like about it, what I don't like the fact is that Yeah, having Tony Stark having to connect to him. Yeah, I understand he started the cinematic universe, passed the torch, but having Tony just give him the Spider-Man suit, that just doesn't work. It's not right. And I know Thunderflare, and I know Scarlet Witch and Thor haven't seen them yet, but we'll get back to them next time. Black Canary, what didn't you like about Spidey? And I'm bracing myself pretty hard.
Kid. Why? Just why?
He
Towards
started.
the first beginning of these seasons, he made the Spidey outfit by hand.
Yeah.
He's
Not
supposed
by
to. He's supposed to be a kid, by the way. He was supposed to be a teenager.
shush it, or I'll stick my bow staff so deep down your throat you'll choke on it. Let me rage.
Oh boy.
You
But
wouldn't
he is supposed to
believe
be
it.
part of the charm of the
It
character.
was not supposed to be given him by Tony Stark. He was supposed to hand make the suit. Hand make, not the other way around. It's
Agreed.
right.
Yeah, Spider
I
suit.
think she's kind of jealous. I think she's kind of jealous.
Excuse me.
Well, at least you get more free time than you.
I'm tired.
Oh!
Robin?
Oh.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
No,
That's
didn't
it.
fight. Didn't fight. Oh, crap.
I heard louder.
Okay.
Totally worth it.
All right, Robin, what didn't you like about the new Spider-Man?
You forgot Captain Marvel.
Oh wait, Captain Marvel.
You forgot
No,
Captain
I skipped Captain
Marvel
Oh wait, Cap. What?
over there.
No
Okay.
boy.
Please, no Scarlet Spider, and please don't use anything from the Clone Saga.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm
All
there
right,
with you, buddy.
so Robin, Red Robin.
Yeah.
What didn't you like about Spider-Man?
And
The
he's
hate that-
yellow.
The hate that he has been getting, I don't. That was unfair for him to get that hate. I'm just.
Yeah, we need to lighten up on that.
Yeah.
And
Man in the suit.
All right, this was fun. This was a great cinematic. These universes were great, and yes, they do have their faults. They do have everything that balances that out. There are flaws they do need to work on, but that's the thing about these cinematic universes. They have so much potential, so many areas to work on. We have no idea where they're going to go from here. Let's hope that these cinematic universes will be the best and brightest.
Yep.
And now to sound off. This is Lightspeed of Lightspeed Reviews, and I hope you've enjoyed the ride.
This is Prince Thunderflare, and just remember, I don't have all the answers, only 48% of them.
This is Sky the Magical Unicorn, aka Magical Gamer, aka Crystal, and have a sweet, magical, heavenly day.
This is Amber Heart saying, I'm always in the dark, but I know my brothers will bring me out of the light, and I'm protector of the free force, and I'm saying, watch out, every pony. Don't be in the dark, because watch out for the light. It can always make you smile.
I've been Cobalt Breeze, your Rev Grip, with talent. And what kind of talent it was? It was cinematic talent.
I am John the Wolf, and I'm totally signing out of here. Peace.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Whip.
So long,
Deuces.
farewell, happy to say goodbye.
You still, Thor, you still gotta fight Spidey, though. I'm still waiting.
How's visa, baby?
I'm still waiting for my
Swing
$20.
hammer. Fight over.
Are we?